Hey everyone, Marcus Lopez here, and welcome to another episode of Black Sweater Talk. I want to spend the next couple of episodes talking and having a conversation with you about clarity. I am 45 and a half years old, and I can say with almost absolute certainty that for the past 40 years, I have been on a journey to seek clarity in my life. And I've been thinking a lot more about clarity for the past few months, but something happened earlier this month that really brought it home, and I knew it was time to dig a lot deeper and think about who I want to be, what I want to achieve, and what really matters to me in this life. So you're wondering what happened. Earlier this week, after a longer wait than I had expected, I received my manuscript back from my editor. And I had spent a good amount of time on this manuscript, probably over the course of, I say, 2 to 3 years, writing it, trying to get it, try to get the story, the characters, the theme, everything well developed. And I thought I'd really done a great job. But sending off to my editor, I expected comments and feedback that would really help shape the story, pull it together, and really make it sing. What I didn't expect was to feel like I was really off the mark, that I hadn't succeeded. And the comments that came back there were a lot of insightful comments. My editor told me that the manuscript was well written, but then it was almost as if the accumulation of comments suggested a total rewrite. And that really threw me off. Not because I'm afraid of the hard work. I will do whatever is necessary to make a book as best as it can be. But as I digested everything, I was questioning who I am, my talent as a writer. I was questioning my voice. I was questioning my art, because I wasn't sure at the end of the day whose story I would be telling. Was it mine or someone else's? So I had to step back. I had to pull back, not just from writing, but from life, because I was not myself. I had really felt like I had been knocked to the ground. And so that for me posed the question of clarity. What am I seeking to do in this life? What am I trying to do? How am I trying to be of service? What message, what change am I hoping to bring to the world? So the question that my edited manuscript brought to the forefront really had me thinking that I needed to make some changes. And that I needed to double down on what matters most to me. And even though I was tempted, I really did think about, stop writing and just, focus on my day job, because it didn't seem like I was really going to get anywhere. I knew that wasn't who I am. I knew that wasn't who I wanted to be. And I had to take a hard look at my life and figure out, what am I doing wrong? And it's not necessarily doing things wrong, but what am I focusing on that is not helping me move forward? What am I focusing on that is taking time away from my writing, from my other artistic projects that are important to me, from living the life I imagine for myself? And anyone who has followed my blog or has listened to this podcast before knows that one of the things that I struggle with, and it has been a challenge for me from day one, is social media. I have accounts on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but I have never really fully engaged on them. I've tried, let's put it that way, I've tried. But, and I get really good at it for a couple of weeks. I'm there, I'm responding to tweets, I'm joining in the conversations, and then I quickly lose interest. And my followers don't hear from me for a couple of weeks. And then I'm back on again, the interest is there, and it becomes cyclical, on, off, on, off, on, off. And it's because I didn't know why I was doing it or what I wanted to get out of it. I didn't see its purpose. Even though as a writer and as an artist, we are told in this day and age that we have to have a presence on social media. We need to be building a following. We need to be engaged. For me, it just seemed a bit too disingenuous. I'm not saying it's because I'm an introvert, but I don't feel always a deep connection in those media. And, so again, it's all about clarity. It's like, where do I want to go? Who do I want to become? What do I want to achieve? And when I opened up Instagram yesterday to do a post, one of the things I've been doing since February is writing a draft of a novel, and I've been posting scenes on Instagram. So it's basically I've been outlining the novel every day on Instagram. But when I opened up Instagram yesterday, I noticed my feed wasn't very long. And so I did what everybody does. I Googled changes to Instagram and saw that there were changes to the feed, and they were now showing, they had this new explore function, and on my feed was showing things that were trending. So I was seeing posts, that may have 2,000, 3,000 likes, but they weren't of interest to me. And at that moment, I had an epiphany. I knew at that time I had to leave Instagram. Because, 2 posts a day, I wasn't doing much there anyway. So I decided to leave Instagram. And let me tell you, it was exhilarating, it was scary, it was disappointing, but most of all, it was a relief. I'm still connected on Facebook and Twitter, which are my two main social media outlets now. Originally I was thinking about leaving Facebook. I'm still really on the edge there. But I realized that Instagram, for the amount of effort I was giving it, wasn't really serving me. And I don't think that it was serving the people who were following me either. And in December of 2018, there was divine intervention, I will say, when I found the works of Brendon Burchard. Now, you might know him. He's the host of the podcast, The Brendan Show. He is a best-selling author. He wrote Life's Golden Ticket, Motivation Manifesto, The Charge, and most recently, High Performance Habits. So I've been really using his work to help transform my life, transform my approach, because I do want to become a high performer as a writer. I want to achieve my goal of becoming a best-selling author and writing full-time and doing what I love. But he talks about clarity. And I would just want to share with you, it's the first paragraph of High Performance Habits, of his chapter on clarity. And he writes this, and it's very basic, very, very simple. He writes, "This chapter is about finding clarity in your life. It's about how you think about tomorrow and what you do to stay connected with what matters today. The essential habit of seeking clarity helps high performers keep engaged, growing, and fulfilled over the long haul." And that's what I'm seeking. That's why I want to have this conversation about clarity. That's why I have left Instagram, because if I want to stay focused and connected to what matters today, I need to start letting go. I need to let go of the things that aren't serving me, that are holding me back, that are distracting me. And that's where I am at the moment. I am in this, still on this journey. It's being reorganized, reshifted, redeveloped, but I am on a journey of clarity. I am looking at the future and asking myself, what do I need to do now in the present to get there? If this is who I want to be 5 years from now, whether, working full-time as a writer or being 20 pounds lighter, having a bit more of a toned body, eating healthier, what habits do I need to be focused on today to get there? What does it all mean? What do I want? What do I have to do? What will allow me to get there? So over the next couple of podcasts, I want to continue this conversation on clarity, finding that inwardness, that innerness, that goal, that mission, that purpose that is going to drive us to excel, that is going to propel us to who we dare to become. It's not easy. I expect that this journey is going to be difficult. It is going to be challenging. There are going to be times when I really move forward quickly, other times when I'm going to feel like I'm stalling. But I'm committed to it because where I am now, I know for a fact, is not where I want to be 5 years from now. It's not even where I want to be 6 months from now. But I need to hunker down. I need to step up and do the work. You probably have heard of Alexis Ohanian, who is the executive chairman and co-founder of Reddit. And he has a great insight, and it's this. It takes discipline not to let social media steal your time. So for me, leaving Instagram was all about, and is all about, not letting social media steal my time. It's time for me to reclaim my time and use it more efficiently. What I want to do, what I want to feel is that when I lay my head down to rest each night, that I am fulfilled and grateful for how I have used the time gifted to me. And letting go of Instagram for me was a first step. So thank you for joining me today on this podcast. As I said, over the next couple episodes, we're going to continue this conversation on clarity. And I'd love to know your thoughts. Have you sought clarity in your life? Do you know your purpose? Are you working on your mission? Are you facing setbacks at the moment? Reach out, let me know. Let's get this conversation going. So if you like this episode, please share it on social media. As I said, you can find me still on Facebook and at Twitter. My Twitter handle is MMARCUSALOPES. And you can also reach me by email at marcus@marcuslopes.ca. Love the fact that you're along for this journey, and I look forward to continuing this conversation. Be well, and we'll see you soon.